want to break down three major weaknesses that trads would bring out, I think. The number one is the lack of the charitable anathema. What do I mean by this? The charitable anathema is a phrase from one of the godfathers of the trad movement, Dietrich von Hildebrand. It's the name of an essay that he wrote called The Charitable Anathema, and then it's the name of this printed book, which is a collection of his essays. But in 1965, in the summer of 1965, Dietrich von Hildebrand, with his wife Alice, had an audience with Paul VI. And Dietrich von Hildebrand said to Paul VI, and so this is before Vatican II ended. So already the rampant revolutionary heresy is everywhere. And Dietrich von Hildebrand says to Paul VI, you must condemn heresy. It's the only way. Unfortunately, Paul VI said, according to Dr. Alice von Hildebrand, that was too harsh. In fact, Dietrich von Hildebrand wrote out a model anathema for all these heresies that were rampant already in the summer of 1965. Paul VI said that was too harsh. Now, shortly after the council, Ottaviani wrote a letter to all the bishops of the entire world and said, you have to condemn heresy. You have to crack down on heresy. Archbishop Lefebvre wrote back to him. This is something we published at OnePeterFive. It's called Shortly After the Council, Lefebvre Response to Ottaviani. And Lefebvre said, here, here, absolutely. Have every bishop condemn heresy. Let the Holy Father condemn heresy. This has been the beating drum of the trad movement since before Vatican II ended. It is, in my view, one of the single most important things, besides perhaps restoring the Latin Mass, in correcting the situation. Dietrich von Hildebrand says in his essay, this is the proven solution. This is the proven solution that has always been the solution in the history of the church. We've always had this solution. It always works. It's proven. And unfortunately, Benedict did not issue the charitable anathema. And, this is continuing the same weakness that John Paul II displayed and Paul VI displayed, was that there was a reluctance to impose an anathema. Now, to his credit, John Paul II, under the guidance of Ratzinger, did impose a new oath against modern, a form of oath against modernism. It's called the Oath of Fidelity, which is where people need to have this oath and subscribe to the Professio Fidei, the new one, which is of a 3-tiered system. But we, as trads, we would advocate, we would say this, the solution ultimately is this anathema. Say, if anyone says XYZ, let him be anathema. Because there's a lot of people saying XYZ out there. And again, going back to the dogmas of Trent, we could just renew. I mean, one easy thing is we could just renew the anathemas of Trent. Let's just remind everyone the anathemas of Trent are still in force. So if anyone says that the Mass is not a sacrifice, let him be anathema. That would anathematize people who are weaponizing the Novus Ordo. So that's the first weakness that we would say, hey, as trads, we really wish that Benedict would have done this, and that we would continue as we've done under Paul VI, John Paul II, and Benedict, and now under Francis, and any pope that comes along, we would say, please issue the charitable anathema, because this is the proven solution against heresy.